What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Overall Podcast. Day late. That's all right. 2 days late. Day late. Day late by the time this comes out. That's okay. Cody had an eventful weekend and first part of the week with his family. And how was that?
Yep.
How'd that go?
Yeah, man. What's up, everybody? I was in Rhode Island, Newport, Rhode Island. If anybody's ever been there, it was very fun. We accidentally went to their seafood fest. It was the same weekend, just by accident. We didn't plan it. So yeah, that couldn't have worked out better.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, no tickets or anything. You just walked around and paid for what you wanted. It was sweet. Clam chowder, it was good. I knew I'd like it. It's very good. And then I had seafood and lobster caught from the ocean that day brought in. So
yeah. Nice. Yeah,
man, kind of an authentic as I could. Yeah,
bro, truly that's awesome. And you got back late. That's why we are a day late. It was a late night one. And with him being gone, we didn't get to talk about college football this weekend and the craziness that has erupted from this weekend on all aspects, really.
Yeah, a lot of aspects.
Let's touch on it. First things first. Tennessee game, man. That was one for the books.
Yeah, I say yeah. I mean, it's certainly not common, I guess, but it's over. People are overreacting, in my opinion. I mean, watching it live, I was like, oh my God, a few rednecks are just losing their, and it's actually mostly the student section, but it's just come on, guys, don't throw trash on the field. What's that going to do?
Yeah, it's your field too.
Yeah,
you trashed your own field.
That said, it being the top story for the last day, maybe day and a half, maybe it still is. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't watch ESPN.
Yeah,
they are garbage. But my point is the fact that it was the main storyline was oh my God, dude, just this outrage culture.
Yeah.
And yeah, people are like, oh, you're a Tennessee fan. If you judge me based off this and say I'm a homer, please review everything else I've said. I'm very, very realistic when it comes to Tennessee. So yeah, about the game real quick, just a tidbit. That game was horribly officiated on both sides. They were Conference USA refs, and they butchered a Memphis game earlier in the year that I was paying attention to. It's their conference. I mean, the scoop and score touchdown that got called back, that they never blew the whistle for forward progress. And then they just, forward progress. They didn't mark it. But, they did. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not saying I'm not justifying. I'm just saying that doesn't happen if the refs have a shred of competence. So, yeah.
I mean, Lane Kiffin got hit with a golf ball. That looks like they had to escort a bunch of people off the field. That seemed like I heard there was a 20-minute delay with only 54 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, it was 20-ish minutes of real time. And that was another thing. I was like, we can still win the game. And we did have a chance. We had the ball in scoring position to win the game even after all that. So it's it's not even after the game that they did it.
Yeah. It was bad taste. Bad taste.
Yeah, I agree.
Real quick though, is it true that Lane Kiffin signed his contract with the Raiders and left in the middle of the night in the middle of a season? In 2007?
It was USC, but yeah, that's what he did to us.
For some reason, I thought it was an NFL contract. My bad.
Well, no, he got fired from the Raiders, and then
came to Tennessee.
Right. Yeah. And maybe he left there in the middle of the night. I don't know. But that story for the game, the USC job opened. I'm not going to say I blame him. I mean, back in the day, everyone at Tennessee hated him. That's another reason for the people were just out of their mind because Facebook Vol fans were, Kiffin. People let that go years ago. But so he came to Tennessee. Before he was with the Raiders, he was assistant with the USC Trojans. Yeah. So anyway, it was kind of him that did some of the recruiting violations that I'm about to mention. But anyway, so he left us like a thief in the night, literally at midnight and stuff. I don't blame him looking back, and he's spoken about it because it was his dream job. But I'll say it just came open unexpectedly. Like Pete Carroll was at USC just dominating, right?
Yeah.
Why on earth would he leave? Kiffin literally, honestly, when he says it, he had no inkling that job was going to happen. Then NCAA came about with some recruiting violations for Carroll at USC, which Kiffin was also part of as an offensive coordinator years prior. Anyway, so the job, he left USC in the middle of the night, basically for the Seahawks, because he didn't want to have those allegations.
Yeah.
So then the job was just so yeah, that's the story.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he got fired by USC at the airport. They fired him before even letting him fly home. So karma's a bitch. Yeah.
Nice. Speaking of coaches being fired, we actually had 2 football coaches get fired this weekend. One of them was due to COVID policies, so we won't touch on that. But the other one is Coach O is out at LSU.
Yep. And I just want to toot my own horn. I did call LSU winning that game for the exact reasons, like I said.
Yep.
Players love playing for him. I thought he would get fired. Here we are. He is. And anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, it was expected. I mean, you said it all year. He got where he got because of the team he had, not because of his ability to coach.
Yeah, exactly. He struck gold, kind of like Gene Chizik at Auburn. That said, I like Coach O, but I mean, that's fine and all. He's just not a good coach.
I saw that there was reports that he would have his girlfriends on the field and that he would even let their kids play on the field while they were having practice and stuff like that.
I read that. I have got to know if that's true. That is bananas. How we never heard about it.
I mean, I've heard of Coach O being a little player, like through the years of people who I've known that went to LSU, plus just the rumors that spread throughout, colleges and whatnot. I've heard that Coach O can kind of be one of those guys, one of the Urban Meyers of the lifestyle, but he's not married, right? Coach O's not married, I don't believe. So
yeah, I don't think he is.
Yeah, Urban Meyer is. So Coach O is a little off, but Urban Meyer is a piece of crap.
Right. Yeah. Did you hear that story? Again, I love how all this comes out after they didn't decide to can him, but last week we heard rumblings, which is why I said, he's fired. They wouldn't throw that out there if they weren't. But my point is, the stories about, there was one story. Apparently he pulled up to like a gas station or something and was like hitting on this woman.
Coach O?
And was like, oh, I'm Coach O, and like trying to tease her on. And she was like, eh. Anyway, it turns out she is the wife of like it's like a board member for for LSU. It's like he's like a lawyer in the city, but appointed. Yeah. So anyway, especially if you're not winning, I'm sure they were counting the days, like that's the kind of stuff apparently that he just did. He just thought he walked on water.
Craziness.
Yeah.
Craziness.
That being said, Coach O, I love you. You stay you.
Yeah.
Why not? Come be a defensive coordinator in SEC school. You've done that before and you're okay at it.
Yeah. That day that he got fired, the media asked in their weekly press conference, asked Jimbo to if he would take it, and he was like, hell no, I ain't taking that job. He sees what he has at A&M. Plus, I mean, LSU couldn't afford him not to buy out his contract. There's no way.
That's key. That said, devil's advocate, every coach on the planet has been quoted to saying no until they take it.
Jimbo at FSU said he wasn't going to leave. But also at the same time, I don't believe
FSU is a little different, right?
I don't believe there's a university, maybe Alabama, that could afford Coach Jimbo Fisher right now.
I think almost any school could. I just don't think they would.
Exactly. Yeah, Ford is being able to pay him without stress because we are paying him
$100 million, right? Over 10?
Yeah, $100 million over 10 years. That's a lot of money, dude.
Like 80-ish left, 70. I mean, Tennessee's paying like $100 million a year right now for all of our old coaches' contracts. I'm just saying it is possible, but I cannot see. That's the first thing I said, which is an excellent point by you. It's like there's not as good as Jimbo is.
Yeah,
I don't think he's worth paying $70 million. Just to, you know what I mean? Like LSU should look elsewhere. So that's
you'd have to pay out his contract and then pay him more.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of money involved in that.
And then it's like, is it? I mean, just I don't know. I wouldn't look there. That said, A&M. That's why you lock guys up like that. That's good. Now the alternative is then you're stuck with him, but that's the risk you take.
I mean, but look at the success we've had under him. I'm sure the success will just keep growing.
For sure, and especially because A&M
disease of Kellen Mond out of our system.
Dude, can he recruit a quarterback? Come on, Jimbo. He can. I'm just saying.
But he didn't recruit
quarterback solid. I know. I'm saying the freshman now is, and now he's coming into his own. But he didn't have anyone else. Like that's the only fault I have.
Was Jimbo's?
Yeah.
Calzada, I don't believe was recruited by Jimbo either.
He's a freshman though, right? Redshirt?
No, he's not. I don't believe Calzada is a redshirt freshman. I believe he's in his third year.
Oh. Well, either way, that's
because
worse.
He redshirted his freshman year, and then he got his COVID year from last year, and now he's on his third year.
Oh, okay.
So I believe he was recruited, and he was not recruited, but Hayes King was recruited by Jimbo Fisher.
I got you. Well, either way, we know he can recruit because look at FSU and Jameis Winston. So
oh yeah, we have three midseason All-Americans already.
I think Jimbo hit. Well, he did. It's not by chance. A&M hit their stride, joining the SEC, getting the stadium expansion, et cetera, all this money, right? Then they could afford to get Jimbo. So Jimbo, I wouldn't say is a coincidence. He's there because of that, but it's just perfect timing. So he's growing as the facilities and the stadium and everything. So he's got he gets to put his input in on the weight rooms and everything. Why would he? Honestly, why would he leave? If I'm him, LSU probably is their closest competitor for recruiting.
Yeah.
LSU recruits heavy in Texas. But it's well, here I get to build my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The weight room, I built it. Why not? If they're about even, then why not stay there? So
yeah. It'll be interesting. We had a good week away. We didn't look great, but we also ran the football, I think, more times than anybody's ever run the football in a game because they couldn't stop our run. It was ridiculous. I think Spiller averaged 12 yards a carry or something like that.
Was it Mizzou?
Yeah, we played Mizzou.
I told you, bro. They have it was historically bad rush defense.
Dude, we ran right through them. I think in the first quarter, we had already 150 yards of rushing offense.
Yeah, I think we did. I just don't get how you're that bad. Run defense. You just need fat dudes up front.
Dude, they could not hang.
No.
They could not hang.
I've never liked Missouri. I've never considered them SEC. Them or South Carolina.
Except they've won since they've been in the SEC. They've won more SEC East titles than A&M's won
Georgia.
SEC West.
Yeah.
They have three.
Yeah, that's true.
They have three, I think, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because
the first couple years.
All it takes is two teams to be off in the East, and then the whole thing is gone to shit.
Yeah.
Georgia has a bad year, and Florida has a bad year, and the SEC East is nothing. Right?
To hear as a Tennessee fan. Yes. You're right.
Until y'all get back to your glory days, unfortunately.
That is the reality.
So yeah, speaking of games coming and whatnot, we have this. We want to do our pick'ems for college football.
Yeah. We do an SEC this week.
Yeah, just SEC.
Where all right, I read them, or you want to read them?
I'll read them off this time. All right, we got week 8. So this is Saturday, October 23rd. Looks like Arkansas is playing Arkansas Pine Bluff at 11 a.m. I am assuming Arkansas will win that game.
Yeah. their coach is fired if they don't. We were right though.
Mhm.
Remember, we were like, let's see how they do this week, and then maybe
Yeah.
they are who they thought they are.
Yeah, they
whatever.
got lucky. All I'm saying is A&M could be undefeated right now. Anyways, LSU at Ole Miss.
I'm gonna say LSU now,
Okay.
only because Ole Miss, I think their quarterback. Okay, sorry. If Ole Miss's quarterback, who got hurt against Tennessee, who's apparently a Heisman candidate, he's not very good. Tennessee's quarterback played about as good a game. And anyway, I also dislike him. But my point is, he's hurt and may not make it per Lane Kiffin today. But as we know, Lane Kiffin, I don't know what to make of that. So if he does play, LSU loses. Ole Miss wins. If he doesn't play, I'm going to take LSU. That's how bad I think the backup is.
I hate to say it, but I think LSU will win because I hate LSU. So I'm going to say LSU over Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
The next team I would pick would be, or the next team on the list is Mississippi State at Vanderbilt.
Oh, I had to look away. Mississippi State. Hail State. Yeah, easy.
Mississippi State, easy on this one. Although Vanderbilt, who'd they beat last week?
Did they win? I don't even know.
Yeah, I think they won.
I was on a sailboat in the ocean of Rhode Island, so forgive me. Hold on a sec. They were playing like South Carolina.
No.
Really bad.
21-20. South Carolina won by 1.
Yeah. What an ugly game, though, right?
Bad. Are we talking about this next game? Next game up on my list is Tennessee at number 4, Alabama.
Well, back to my realism. Alabama wins probably very handedly. I'd like Tennessee to keep it within 17. That sounds like a DeVitas mindset. I'm just saying. I just hope we don't get beat by the old Madden games when you're playing with a kid. If you're up 3 touchdowns, then it's game over. I hope we stay under that 20-point threshold just for
I hope y'all do too, but I think that they'll try to put a beat down because they have to somehow work their way back up into the top 2 teams.
Yeah.
And the only way they'll do that because of the record issue is that they will have to stomp everybody in their way. That's the only issue. That because the way it looks right now is that the top 3 teams are probably going to be undefeated. And so with Alabama having that little asterisk next to it with that loss against A&M, it's going to be tough for them to get their way back to that number 1 spot or number 2 spot. They won't ever get back to number 1. Unanimously, Georgia is the best team in the country.
Until Bama beats Georgia, which they will. Mark it down. But, I agree. And Tennessee's got a very good defense, which is shocking considering we lost so many. So this will be the truest test. Yes, we played Florida, but as you can see, Florida's kind of up and down too, right? We got to beat them. This is going to be, all right, we're top 10 ranked in defense and offense, right? Okay, put up or shut up. I'm not saying I'm expecting Tennessee to win. I'm just saying top 10 defense versus Bama, top 10 offense versus Bama. Like, if we get slaughtered, then it's like, oh, cool. Yeah, we're top 20 maybe,
Yeah, well, no, still top 10, but Bama's just Bama.
Yeah, maybe. Well, and then we'll get to play Georgia. And
you are still
get humbled.
I mean, yes, they lost against us, but Bama still is a number 1 team.
For sure.
Yeah, the only reason they show number 2 is because of a loss, or number 4 is because of a loss. So just think about that. There's a chance. There's always hope. A&M gave everybody hope.
Yes, well, you got that right. If it was, Tennessee just couldn't do it, but it's also on the road, which sucks. But you're right. Yeah. A&M, let us channel our inner A&M. Your quarterback played the game of his life.
Yeah,
our quarterback is not as talented. I can just go ahead and tell you, but maybe he could have one. Oh, well.
You never know. All right, next game and last game of the night. It is South Carolina at Texas A&M. We move into number 17, which is nice. So we're climbing back to where we were. Doubt we'll get back to top 10, but we're climbing. So South Carolina at A&M. A&M's going to win this game. Kyle Field's a hard place to play in general. Ask Alabama, but South Carolina there. We'll see. We'll see what the score margin is. I just say give the football to Isaiah Spiller all day, and it'll be okay.
Yeah, they'll win it pretty handily. A couple scores at least. So. Yep.
So yeah, that's the SEC games this week. Just to note, my sleeper team did take their first L of the season last weekend against Purdue. Iowa did lose to Purdue. And I do have to give Purdue's Twitter social media manager a credit because he made a very funny tweet. He said, "We kicked the number 2 out of Iowa."
That's funny. Only a Purdue person would think of that, but that's funny.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. So yeah. Other than that, what else? You got anything crazy?
I was trying to think,
NFL.
Man. Well, so I'm still like I'm still rocking, like I'm on a sailboat. It's been like I don't even know, a couple of days day. Anyway, so it's like I still feel out of it. That being said, all right, NFL. The only thing I want to touch on, I was flying all day long, but I did get to catch like the first half waiting on a flight. I had a 4-hour layover in Chicago.
Ugh.
My God.
O'Hare sucks. It's kind of cool, but it sucks.
Dude, I hate it. All the securities, and then you're just in a gate.
Yeah.
I didn't have to go through security, but I could see him. That's so
weird. The O'Hare Airport operation-wise sucks. The looks of it is cool. Like the inside.
It's like a spider.
And
crap, right? Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
People were going crazy, and there was like, I don't know, just like what you would expect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's Chicago.
It's like with Beetlejuice as a mayor, it was crazy. That said, all right. So my Titans, Monday Night Football. It was, AFC is basically Kansas City, Buffalo, Tennessee. I'm probably missing another. Chargers, no, probably that. Anyway, so that said, the Titans have lost to the Jets this year. So it's like, man, I don't have a lot of hope, but that is the Titans in a nutshell. But to come out and beat the Bills for the second straight year, we beat the brakes off of them last year. That's where the meme came from. Derrick Henry throwing Josh Norman like a rag doll. That was last year's game. And then all the people just hating on us and picking the Bills. That was bittersweet. That was good.
I saw this thing that said Derrick Henry's the creative player we all made in Madden when we were kids.
It's Bryant. Yep. NFL's Twitter put that as their header right now. He's so good, man. He is so good.
Did you see what their bio is? The NFL's bio?
Yeah, about Henry, that quote or?
No. Their bio. Well, it was Sunday. It says Trayvon Diggs intercepted our bio. The man has 7 picks in 6 weeks.
Okay, natural. Okay, he deserves it.
And the Cowboys are on a roll. The Cowboys could very well be week 1 bye of playoffs if they keep playing the way they're playing.
I agree with that. They're in a horrible division, and they're very good.
And they're kicking the shit out of everybody. I mean, the game against the Patriots was good, but it was because it was in Foxborough. If they would have played in Dallas, I think the Patriots would have gotten the brakes beat off them. They just played so hard. The Dak Prescott, 3 TDs, 500 yards. I mean, the Cowboys are a top 5 team right now.
I agree.
It's shocking. We're in a weird age.
Yeah, we'll see. I want to see them win a playoff game before I say. That being said, I like Dak, and I'm warming up to the Cowboys. I've turned that corner to where it's kind of not funny anymore because they've sucked for so long. Even though, so now it's kind of all right. Just win one. Like it's almost embarrassing. So my point is, win, and I'm with you. As long as you aren't playing my Titans, I'll root for you for this year.
Yeah, they played my Patriots. They played my Patriots, and so that was like a conflict of interest for me because I do want the Cowboys to do good. I've hated on them my entire life, but that's my Patriots, So I was happy they won because of the Cowboys doing good is a good thing for most of my family and pretty much all of my friends. But it kind of stings that it was to the Patriots, but Yeah, I texted my friends afterwards, and I was just like, "Yo, the Cowboys look really, really good, and I think they're one of the best teams in the league right now." And one of my buddies who knows me as an avid Cowboy hater was like, "Did that really just come out of your mouth?" And I was like, "Yes, yes, it did. That happened."
Right? It's like, yes, finally, yes. It's been 20 years. You guys be relevant, please.
Yes.
I'm even winning it.
Right.
I just want to mention Derrick Henry. Wow, Derrick Henry stats. Okay, because he is. I didn't mind drafting him in the second round when we traded up, but he's so big. I thought he'd be probably tailing toward the end of his career right now, midway through his second contract. Because that's the shelf life for most guys, especially big guys who take a lot of hits. I mean, their knees, and he is such a freak human being. Did you know on his 74-yard touchdown run against the Bills on Monday night? Okay. Remember, or if you didn't know, he had a long run, right? Touchdown.
Yeah.
He hit 22 miles an hour, which is like the top speed of any player in like the last couple of years. At 6'3", 240 something pounds, he hits 22 miles an hour in pads.
That's crazy.
How? That's not fair.
Reggie,
not fair. You can't tackle him, then you can't catch him.
Reggie Bush's freshman NFL season at the Saints, if you remember this, he took back a punt return for a touchdown. Reggie Bush did. And topped out at 24 miles an hour in full pads. Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Reggie Bush topped out at 24 miles an hour. The fact that Derrick Henry was just 2 miles an hour slower than him in full pads.
5 inches and
probably 100
pounds.
Yeah, 50 to 75 pounds I'd give.
It's literally like Des Bryant said. Like how I don't know how. It's just like,
I mean,
okay. And he just keeps getting better. He's on pace right now to break the rushing record by 300 and something yards this season.
He's already at 783 yards for the whole season.
Yeah, I think he's leading like more. He has more than most teams.
Yeah.
And he has 10 touchdowns rushing.
On 100,
I think the most is 12 by a team.
On 162 carries, 0 fumbles, mind you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he averages 130 yards a game.
At that side, oh my God. And he's getting 20 plus carries a week. It's not even like,
here, think about this.
Henry.
Think about this. All rushing players anybody who has rushed the football on the Titans team this year, their total combined with Derrick Henry is 985 yards. Derrick Henry is 783 of those 985 yards out of everybody. Giving that he is the running back, but there's 2 other running backs on that. And then the likes of A.J. Brown, Chester Rogers, Cameron Batson, and Ryan Tannehill, who is an active quarterback.
The other 3 were receivers. Basically, we don't have too many good backs. So if he comes down with injury, we're fucked. But, all right, yeah. Derrick Henry leads the league in rushing, 783 yards.
Yep.
Next closest, Nick Chubb, 523.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Okay, right.
That just goes to show, like, really a man amongst boys. I mean, let's just say it.
He is. Bro, the second most touchdowns has 5. He has 10. Zeke.
All right.
And a bunch of others tied.
Okay, so I wanted to check this because A&M's got very good running backs too. Isaiah Spiller on 105 carries has 659 yards total this year. So he has more rushing yards. I guess they're a week ahead, but he's got more rushing yards than Nick Chubb does. And on 105 carries, kid's averaging 6.3 yards a carry. And then our backup, Devon Achane, which is not even a backup anymore, they alternate. He's got 66 carries on the year, has 454 yards, and he's averaging 6.9 yards a carry. Those 2 running backs, when they get to the NFL, will be dominant. Dominant.
Spiller for sure. I just don't know the other one, but Spiller.
Devon Achane, and he's a young boy. Devon Achane is I think he's a sophomore. Yeah. 5'9", 185 pounds, and he's running over people like it's nobody's business. 19 years old.
Bro, sorry. I was looking at SEC stats since you got on that. Georgia still has 6.6 points a game given up on defense. Not even a touchdown average.
No. I think they've had two touchdowns scored on them all year.
You're averaging not even giving up a touchdown a week.
Yeah.
How do you not win?
Yeah, that's one of the things is like they'll beat you by 2 points, but it'll only be like 14.
If you look at their offense,
our offense is not good.
Their offense is like middle to bottom tier.
Yeah,
like just looking at yardage and stuff.
Their offense is not good.
But if it's decent with a great offense, that's all you need. I was just looking because Tennessee's up here and in like yardage and offense and stuff. Rushing, we average 250 a game, third in the conference. Nice.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That does it for me on the NFL, on the sports front, I guess.
That's it for me in total.
MLB. I just want to throw a shout out to the MLB playoffs. I'm a Rockies fan, so we're naturally not in the playoffs. And the Braves and Dodgers is getting pretty interesting.
That is getting interesting. Yeah, that is getting interesting.
The Braves, like I told you, are from the state of Georgia, just like the Bulldogs, and they cannot help but choke. So they did choke the other night. I'm curious.
But not tonight. They won 9-2.
Did they?
Pretty convincingly.
9-2.
So there's one game left, and it's
back in Atlanta, I think
3-1. Yep, in Atlanta, I think they go back to Atlanta. So yeah, this is it. I think the Braves take it here.
Yeah, and it couldn't happen to a better team than the Dodgers if they do. So that's good.
And it looks like the Astros are going to beat the Red Sox. So it's 3-2, looking like they're about to go back to Houston.
Right. Yeah.
The Astros
go Red
beat
Sox.
the
Please,
crap
Red Sox,
out of them.
please.
Yeah, 9-1. Come on, Red Sox.
I hate the Astros. Please.
The Astros suck, dude.
I grew up a Red Sox fan.
Yeah, me too.
Because Tennessee doesn't have a team. Everybody in Tennessee adopts the Braves. I said, well, my college team here, I hate the whole state of Georgia. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not rooting for the Braves. And I didn't. That said, go Red Sox. So my Rockies suck. Go Red Sox. Please, please, please.
Yeah, for real. Because I cannot stand that. Here's the issue I have with it. And I know we never talk about the MLB, but this is my issue I have with the whole Houston Astros situation is they were 100% caught cheating. And nothing happened to them. I mean, nothing happened to the players. Fired
the manager.
Here's what should have happened. They should have been stripped of their World Series because if you cheat to win a World Series, you should not get the World Series. If you cheat to pass a test, you don't get to move on to the next grade. That's not how it works. So that should have happened. Then it should have been banned for them to play in the playoffs. They should not have been allowed to enter the playoffs for 5 years. No matter, they could have gone 162-0. Doesn't matter. Your season is irrelevant.
I don't know if that happens at the professional level. I'm not against it, but that'd be very.
They can. Why not?
Yeah, they could.
They've banned fans before.
Yeah.
From games just to punish teams. Try doing that. That's a hard thing to do is playing an empty stadium when they're used to like 20, 40,000.
They should have done that. But I guess COVID kind of gave them that anyway.
Yeah.
But
ridiculousness.
I don't know. I just don't like it. Go Red Sox.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Let's see, man. I don't know. Apex, just a real quick Apex Legends. Yes, I play. I'm sorry. They did a state of life update today.
Nice.
Wednesday. Well, unfortunately, they fixed the audio bug where you couldn't hear the respawn ships. So they fixed that. So now you're going to get third party into Oblivion.
See,
that's the one bug I didn't want them to. They can't help. They accidentally make something better, and then they fix it. Like they're just so ass backwards, bro.
Yeah, that
was better for the game. Yeah.
It was. You didn't get third party.
It's a huge ship in the sky. You can see the trails. Do you need audio from a quarter mile away? Yeah. Have you seen the new map? Enough of the negativity. Well, this is kind of negative.
I have
Looks cool. I saw the leak, and if the leak's accurate, everybody just wants less choke points, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it's completely choke points. I mean, worse choke points. We'll try to find a link for you guys. It's difficult. I don't know our copyright since it's like a leak. I don't know if we can post. You know what I mean? Like,
we'll probably wait till they release it itself.
Yeah,
but y'all can just
search
look it
on
up.
Twitter for sure. It's on Twitter. it just looks like choke points out the wazoo. So that's not good, but hopefully it's, I'm not going to judge it till I play it, but it doesn't look good.
It's a jungle map, right?
Island tropical, probably some jungle in there. There's some water and maybe some like ships and stuff to like drive on the water, which is cool. All that's cool. It looks like it. Again, I'm not an expert. I'm just saying compared to what I've seen, I think it needs to be bigger and then way less choke points. But we'll see. I think we get a look at a trailer, which isn't really going to show us the gameplay. But
I wonder if the sand is going to make you run slower and stuff.
Hope not, dude. They do some stuff like that.
Yeah, they would. That's why I thought about it.
Yep. Think of the worst decisions, and that's what they'll do. That said, it can't be worse than Kings Canyon on ranked right now. I'll say that. I mean, maybe it could, but
I got to gold. I'm gold 2. Almost gold 1.
I'll tell you what, we'll play later this week, maybe. I have been just but I'll play not to get out of touch because I think we got like 2 weeks.
I think we have 10 days left or something like that. 14 days max.
I'll do it the fresh one.
Well, all right, guys. First video from my house, my new house.
Oh my god, dude! I'm sorry. No. I didn't even. That's awesome.
This is our office. Eventually, when it happens, my wife's desk will be right here where this is. She lives underneath the window. So.
Is it a 2-bed deal? 2-bed?
It is. It is a 2-bedroom. I have boxes everywhere, but it's just right out that way. And yeah, it's got a giant living room. It's in a great location. Yeah, we got it for a great price. Happy with it.
Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, it hasn't been touched construction or paint-wise since the 70s, which makes it fun.
That carpet, I'm sure it's clean, but
no, the carpet's it's definitely. I like it because it's a short carpet. It's not. It's not much stuff. It's not much.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Berber.
Yeah. Well, I got nothing else. If you got nothing else,
I don't, man. I don't.
All right, guys.
Pick it back up next week, and
we'll
hope
be
everyone
here.
has a good week.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.